Chelsea fans have gone through these periods of poor performances where they ask a coach to be fired and the coach is fired and a new one is employed and then a new one goes again with the rough patch of poor performances, and then they still ask for the new coach to be fired and then is fired again, and the cycle continues. And it is happening right now, and I feel right now there's possibly an energy of despair because the fans are not just looking into the coach. I mean, the fans have again absolved, this is a new one, they have absolved Maresca from the performances that this club is having, possibly because of the Conference League and the Club World Cup, and now they are putting the whole blame on the football directors. And the thing is, first, I agree that the football directors are having a whole wrong idea about football, because to them football is a team sport, but they forget that football is also a very talent intensive sport. Like a sum of average players does not equal a world class players. Like 5 Garnacho does not equal to a Messi. That's what Paul Winstanley and his, you can say, minions haven't grasped. Now, the second thing, and I think this is very important, is that for me, I won't excuse Maresca. I'm not going to take Maresca from the blame. And the reason for it is that we are not just failing because we are lacking quality. Because why would we beat Arsenal, PSG, Barcelona, and then go ahead and lose to Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, and Leeds? Like, it doesn't make sense. If quality was the reason why we are performing poorly, then we will be losing to Barcelona, losing to PSG, and losing to Arsenal, and then beating the likes of Leeds. But it's the other way around, meaning the mistakes are not just on the quality, but on the decision making as a whole, especially during training and during match selection, game day selection, and during probably substitution, and how the players apply themselves. And this is the reason why I think, and as you have seen, or as I have seen, there are possibly certain mistakes that Maresca has been doing, which I'm going to slowly outline to you, and probably he learns or the football directors learn. Now, the first thing is that he has the same idea as Paul Winstanley. I think he believes talent does not really matter. Like, he can just push, he can just have the right tactics and then take a bunch of players, put them in those positions, and they will apply themselves. And as I've said, talent is very key. Like, there's no anybody in that team that will play like Estevao. There's no anybody that will play as Fofana. There's no anybody that will play as Caicedo. So there's no way your tactics will make Caicedo play as Santos, or Santos play as Enzo. And if the tactics are making your player to play similar to each other, then there is just a possibility that you have, or you are ruining the talent of certain players. And I think it's the reason why some of the players are not performing as much as they should, because people are just expected to play within a box of set rules and people can't be themselves. And the thing is, I know Maresca will not agree, but some of these players are playing at a higher level. They are more talented than he ever was. And until he accepts that fact, and he accepts that he can't go into a training ground. He can't go into a coaching round to teach some of these players football. Like, the only way he's going to achieve whatever he's doing is by managing the team, like telling them this is how you make decision, not telling him this is how you make a pass, because some of these guys are making better passes, better headers, better dribbles, better runs than he ever has in his career. So there's no way Maresca is going to teach these guys football, because these guys are some of the talented players in the whole world right now. And that's why I think his tactics are first poorly. But that's not the entire reason. I think he has many lineup changes and putting players where they don't belong. His rotation is atrocious sometimes. His lineups are questionable and his substitutions are also very questionable. Now, he can do well, as he should, but he has to trust in the players and not himself. He has to know the players. Some of them are better than he ever was. Now, the second thing is he also has a very questionable rewarding policy. When a player keeps making mistakes, which normally always leads to a goal or a lost chance, he has a way of trying to fix them. He has done it in the past and trying to do it again instead of replacing them and showing them that they can go into the bench and try a new one. And that is what is making this club and the entire playing style mediocre, because people just know they can go, do their mistakes, don't apply themselves, cause goals, waste chances, and then they'll just try and look like they're concerned, trying to, like showing the face that, okay, I've lost this one, and we will feel okay that they were concerned, so it's okay. And when you make or you tell your players it's okay to make mistake, that's what they are going to do. That's what they are going to do each and every day. And it's the reason why I feel, as much as Maresca keeps blaming players for the lack of experience, I also think that he himself is also inexperienced. So if we are just analyzing this thing on experience, there's two choices. We might let him get experience within the team, like how Arsenal have allowed Arteta to gain experience by, staying 5 years, 6 years without any major trophy. And that's what it will be for us, 5 or 6 years, probably 2030, until Maresca now gets enough experience to win a title in this league. But I'm sure we'll win some Premier League Cup in Florida next year after Senegal wins the World Cup. Or we can just go and get an experienced coach right now. And I know for anybody saying that we don't have to go through this process again, that we have gone through this process so many times. I mean, if you look after Tuchel, the coaches we signed, Potter, Lampard, Maresca, Pochettino, you can see the mediocre in the coach that we signed, the lack of experience, apart from Pochettino. And Pochettino was even improving the team. I mean, even at the time where he was sacked, people were 50-50 about him. I mean, he wasn't even sacked, he resigned probably. People were very 50-50 on whether we should, sack Pochettino. But if you look at the others, Potter, Lampard, there's just a bit of lack of experience, and even Pochettino, and it shows. And that's why I think for people expecting that this Chelsea will win the Premier League in 2 years, 1 year, it's far-fetched, is a fantasy. And I haven't seen any metric that shows Maresca is overperforming Pochettino. So if we sacked Pochettino because of underperformance, why are we keeping Maresca? For me, I'll think that we should go into a period where we are signing a coach, giving him a shorter contract, evaluating him. If he's not performing as he should, we should sack him as quick as possible, send another one, and we should go to the way Abramovich used to sign, like he will sack Mourinho and employ Ancelotti, sack Ranieri and employ Mourinho. It wasn't like he was sacking he was sacking non-coaches and employing them with coaches that had experience. And that's why I think that's what we should be doing. Just experience after experience after experience, big coach after big coach after big coach, and giving them the short possible contract, allowing them to prove themselves. If they're not proving themselves, we sack them and employ another one until we get the right one. I think that will be the shortest route to the Premier League or Champions League. If we keep allowing people like Maresca to keep just doing whatever they're doing, and then we start creating excuses and blames for other people, then probably there's a very long way until we win the Premier League. Anyway, subscribe.